Overwatch 2 is at the brink of collapse. Marvel Rivals has obviously completely humiliated them in absolutely every way possible. I would not be surprised if Overwatch is barely currently making any money for Blizzard. And Blizzard in general is completely desperate for anything good to happen. I honestly thought I'm never gonna make this video. I honestly thought I'm never gonna talk about Overwatch, but I don't know how to tell you this, boys, but Overwatch could be coming back. Overwatch could potentially be coming back as an actually decent, at least, or maybe even, dare I say it, good game. Yes, I know. Did I hit my head? Yes, as a child, multiple times. Not the point of the video. The point of the video is saying that I think Blizzard's actually doing something right for Overwatch now. And after this video, maybe you're gonna agree with me. Or call me stupid in the comments. I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day. In any case, how bad things are in Overwatch, I just want you to look at this and beyond the Palpatine is back for some reason vibes that this clearly gives for no apparent reason whatsoever in the evil fucking villain thing, which makes it even more funny because of the he him pronouns, which is the sadly game director of Overwatch. And let's, by the way, ignore the fact that Overwatch literally that Overwatch 2 literally said Overwatch is above numbers, so we're gonna call Overwatch well, Overwatch 2 Overwatch again. Can I get a refund, please? But obviously, beyond that hilarious thing, because things are so desperate, they can't just make an Overwatch 3 and pull the same prank over again. No, they have to innovate, and they're gonna call this Overwatch 1. And if it turns sour, don't worry. Overwatch 1 that was previously Overwatch 2, that was previously Overwatch 1, will all again become Overwatch 2 once again. Don't worry. If that did not make sense, I don't know what to say. In any case, boys, listen. I want to show you something. I want to take you down memory lane. I want to take you on a journey. Remember, currently we live here with he, him pronouns for the game director of Overwatch. That's not where we're headed, boys. Listen. This is Overwatch's roster of new heroes for 2026. And if you are a true chud like me, you instantaneously are like, what the hell is this? No fat women, no fat men, and nothing that even resembles a trans flag? This can't be Overwatch. This has to be Marvel, right? Nope. Overwatch is so absolutely desperate, they're actually returning to their roots. I'm not kidding it, by the way. And they are taking everything they can and stealing from Marvel Rivals also. Because I'm gonna be straight with you boys, okay? A hot take. I'll be real. I'll be completely honest, okay? Every one of us boys knows that Overwatch was at its peak when in the game, every single one of us knew that the only reason a diva exists is to satisfy the gooners because skin-tight bodysuit and she never goes past 18. When we all were in a silent agreement that this is what Overwatch is and we don't need anything else, I'm not gonna lie. That was peak Overwatch. Then the game was actually good, when everyone knew what's going on. Okay? Hot take, I know, hate me if you will, but someone had to say the truth. And that someone has to be me, sadly, way too often. In any case, I'm not, by the way, kidding when I'm saying currently Overwatch is stealing. By the way, this is one of the new heroes, and we're gonna go over the new heroes in a bit, but just look at this new hero.
Today, hand fans that shoot fiery projectiles, bro.
The reason I'm showing you this is because if you have played Marvel Rivals, you're instantaneously gonna recognize that this is a blatant ripoff.
Chat, I wonder, there's gonna be things we see similar games forward into
dash. Yeah, there's a dash. more dashes. Then there's quite. Oh shit! It's loading.
Earlier, guys, remember what we talked about earlier? Strike nearby enemies while dodging damage.
Look at this. Actually, pretty cool ability.
That one's cool. Okay, we have the ultimate.
Yes, and now the ultimate. Yes, Overwatch literally just complete. This is how we know that things could be turning for the good, because Blizzard has never been good at innovation. Blizzard have been good at stealing something from someone else and making it better. And needless to say, this is a blatant steal from Marvel Rivals. In any case, by the way, also, this is how the new hero looks. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm already a fan. No pun. No pun intended, by the way. But I mean, look at her. Oh my lord! Woo-wee! Oh! Damn! That is some good stuff right there, boys. I ain't gonna lie. It's really good. I love it. I like it. The best stuff ever. But it doesn't end. Look at this. Her name is Domina or something like that. Not like the Domino's pizza, but as in Dominatrix. Yes. They literally added a Dommy Mommy to Overwatch. Now, granted, she's black, but you can't have everything, so there you kind of go. This was the previous one, I think. And needless to say, this only exists because this is a fetish for the six-pack mommies, mommy enjoyers. So we have Blizzard, who literally have, yes, whatever the hell this is. I'm not even going to ask questions. I'm just going to risk it. Dommy Mommy and Muscle Mommy, okay? You know, someone at Blizzard almost didn't go home that day when they were forced to make this, because this goes against everything that these people stand for. Someone was forced at gunpoint to make this design for a champion. Holy shit. And by the way, I just want to mention, this all started literally a month after Marvel Rivals came out, because this was the hero they instantaneously announced after Marvel Rivals completely wiped the floor with Overwatch. Yes. Now, granted, as you can see, this is somehow a hot woman, which is impossible for modern-day Blizzard, but this was the first thing. And after, again, what we are following it with, oh my god. At this point, we're gonna get a second diva, and you know what, boys? I am all for it. Now, granted, how good Overwatch is doing? Well, 27% positive ratio on Steam. Not great. 43K people currently playing, and this is slightly off actual peak time. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But it seems like Overwatch is doing pretty nicely. And honestly, at this point, again, I will say it one more time. I think we are at the point where most people are using Steam, not the shitty Blizzard launcher. I currently have downloaded this Blizzard launcher, and it just annoys me every day. It just gives some kind of error, some kind of shit, this and this. Like, I believe that this Overwatch, most people are playing on Steam, not on Blizzard's launcher. Because why the hell would you play it on Blizzard's launcher? If you're a hero shooter enjoyer, you're playing it on Steam. That's it. Okay, that is literally it. And I think these release cadences actually show that story, because look at this. Released to 76k people, and then it pretty much is holding at roughly, I don't know, like your 50-ish, 40-ish, maybe almost 60-ish k players nowadays. Which is pretty good, not gonna lie. It's pretty decent. Now, granted, how many bots do play this, I have no idea, but I would not be surprised if there is some kind of bot activity anyway. But I think this is the majority of the player base. I don't think that the Blizzard launcher even holds a majority of players on for Overwatch currently. So this is a pretty big deal, obviously. And needless to say, it's not going well. It is not going well. It should have been better. There has been obviously a massive decrease over the years. The fact that they even released Overwatch on Steam in the first place, Remember, I remember doing a video on that when it happened. That is just a blatant sign of the game's doing poorly, and that was 3 years ago, and it has only gotten worse for the game, honestly. Overwatch people watching this for barely for not even 14K. It's an absolute disaster. No one cares about Overwatch as a game any longer. It is what it is. So, judging just by these numbers and the fact that there's the Steam charts look like this, there's two options. Either Overwatch is being botted, which I kind of doubt that it's being botted to a heavy degree. Maybe it is. Who honestly knows? But I think Overwatch is just that casual thing that a lot of people still play. Marvel Rivals is doing equally good currently, which is pretty nice. Actually, I think Marvel Rivals is doing better even. I'm not 100% sure. Marvel... Did I... High quad? What the fuck? Okay, let's check how Marvel Rivals is doing. The internet's slow because I'm literally uploading currently 2 videos at the same time, so that's not smart. Marvel Rivals is actually slapping the shit out of Overwatch currently in concurrent players. That is insane. That is absolutely massive. You see? And because of this, well, changes needed to be made. Beautiful changes. It is what it is. Anyway, I think Overwatch could make it back maybe. I'm not sure if it's possible, but there is a chance. They're definitely trying. Again, the fact that they literally use pronouns in videos like this, and yet they make characters like this, not some kind of fucking gay hamster in a ball or whatever, means that they are beyond desperate. And I love Beyond Desperate because that's when the best stuff happens, okay? I mean, I have a dream. And we're maybe going back to the good old times, boys. Anyway, 10 out of 10, that was Overwatch. Bye!